And good morning. Thank you for joining me. My name's Magnus and welcome to my health and wellness channel. Another invite, another journey to have a greater understanding about who you think is the world's best teacher for you. And what I'm going to do is explain to you what I have literally just discovered last night. It was mulling over in my head who my greatest teacher is. Now, please understand this. Everyone and your whole environment is teaching you something. Even the animals are teaching you something. But your greatest teacher, believe it or not, is the one who you will find in your mirror. That would be you. And the reason I share this, and it's just a simple recording this, is because if you are open to that possibility that the greatest teacher is literally the one in the mirror, then you will be able to make smart, better, more intelligent, more conscious lifestyle choices to the degree that you want to. You and I have our own strong beliefs and values of what we believe is important to us. And to the degree that we follow what we believe is important to us, as in our beliefs and values, we feel we're doing justice to ourselves and those around us. I would challenge that. And the reason I challenge that is because if you look around and you read what goes on and see and hear and feel, you will find that a lot of people are mentally and emotionally abusing themselves, and they're doing this very well. In fact, you could probably even give them a PhD, maybe even a professorial title for doing that. And remember, it's your job, just like my job, to mentally, emotionally abuse ourselves, even spiritually. No one else can do it as well as we can do it. In other words, here's my question. Just imagine that you've got a very close friend of yours and you treated them like you treat yourself. My question is, would you still have them as your close friend? No, you wouldn't. And so it is socially acceptable for you and for me to mentally, emotionally abuse ourselves. And the reason I'm using my reflection in the mirror here is because the greatest teacher on the planet is right in front of me. And I'm open to learning and to finding out what is aligned into my core or soul values. And a simple example, a case in point would be the foods that you eat. I mean, let's just simply look at that you are only as healthy as that which your body processes. So ultimately it is what and when you consume foods. Most of you perhaps listening to this recording will be buying and snacking and all the rest of it products. Anything with a shelf life doesn't have a self life. So unless you are eating things that have eyes to the degree and proportion that make sure they're grass-fed, well-treated, etc., fruits and vegetables above or below ground off a bush or a tree or you could swim after like seaweed, those are the only things I know we've been consuming for about 3.2 million years. And that's what your body cells require. So my invite is for you to listen to yourself. Not from here though, from here. And when I say listen, it means maybe taking some time out and discovering who you truly are. Now please understand this too, it's never a destination, it is always a journey, and you, just like myself, will constantly be changing. But that invite is for you to understand that you are your greatest teacher. And if you are not aligned with your soul or core values, those things that really mean dear to you, that you feel will be of benefit to mankind as well as yourself, then the chances are you are causing yourself more undue stress. In other words, you are utilising more of your micronutrients, which ultimately will lead to other labelled diseases, and if you are really unfortunate, pharmaceutical drugs. So the invite is for you to start listening to your heart, and you can do that, I believe, by asking smarter questions. And one of the smarter questions could be, what would love do in this situation? What would love say? What could I do right now to create a win for mankind? Now please understand that you are a part of that. So it's not like you are separate. And for those of you that think that you are separate from anything else, again, you are not conscious. That doesn't mean that you are wrong and that I am right. There are no wrongs and rights. There just is what there is. So the invite is for you to have a greater understanding about how you can play your part in waking up and making smarter lifestyle choices. And just one case in point I mentioned was to do with nutrition, giving your body cells what they require. Another one could be about where you direct your energies, because remember, where your intention goes, energy flows. So what's your thought pattern like? And if you are tuned into watching violent movies, to reading destructive newspapers like your normal tabloids and all the rest of it, and even those that I regard them as comic magazines. Sometimes if I put myself in a place where there's a newspaper, I put my comic glasses on and I read it, and I just have fun with it. But I don't do that every day. So you are the greatest teacher for you, and if you are not aligned or following what I label as your core or soul values, and what I mean by those are those things that you will and will not stand for, then the chances are you are causing yourself more mental, emotional, intuitive, spiritual, and perhaps also physical levels of challenge. And obviously if they're not in balance, then Houston, we got a problem. So the greatest teacher is in front of that mirror. That would be you. And it's for you really to become the change that you want to see in you. I know Gandhi said become the change you want to see in the world. Absolutely, you will do that by becoming the change you want to see in you. So if you are not living your passion, living your purpose, being of service to yourself and those around you, then the chances are you're putting more nails in your coffin, you're stressing the crap out of yourself, and welcome to what seems to be a major part of the world, although we are shifting. So a beautiful invite to discover who you are, what's your passion, what's your purpose. How can you be of complete service to self and others? I've talked about this many times on my other recordings. I don't really have the answers. I have more questions than I have answers. And maybe it's an idea to get stuck. Well, get stuck anywhere, but certainly in the question. In other words, you don't just ask yourself a question and suddenly the answer appears, although it may do. Keep asking the question and you'll find other things come up for you all the time. I know I say this often, but it's true. Please have fun and don't take life too seriously. Life was never meant to be serious. In fact, I do believe that being serious kills more than just passion. It often kills people. That would be why we're in Afghanistan and Libya and all the other things. All the misdemeanors going on with the UK government and the US is just more than a joke without humour. And all of us buy into it. So have fun. I loved you all. Bye for now.